What up, everybody? This your man, Bill Bellamy, and you are at Top Billin, the #1 podcast in the nation for the culture, the movement, and the discussion. And without further ado, you guys don't understand how hard I work for y'all. You don't understand what I got to go through to get certain people on the podcast. My good friend, man, this man, you've seen his work on Broadway. You've seen him on the big screen, small screen. This man is writer, producer, actor. He does everything right, and he has the longevity that stands the test of time. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Heartthrob, Tay Diggs, everybody. Tay Diggs in the band. Let's make some noise.
Thank you. It's good to be
Like, Tay, man, like, this is the thing that's so crazy, right?
It's so crazy.
I've known you 20 years and didn't know you were born in Newark, New Jersey. Because I never really do that. I just knew you was cool. Like, I felt like you had some Newark vibes.
Right.
But I didn't know you was a real one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought you was just a handsome man, came out of a spaceship or something. Humble beginnings.
I wish I came out of a spaceship.
I know, right? Like, how does a guy like yourself, which most people don't know, you went to, theater school and you really was about the arts as a young guy. How did you know so early that you wanted to be in that kind of the world of fine arts and theater?
Oh, I just it was a feeling, the older I get and the more people with whom I speak, they share that, in which they just knew. You just knew it. Well, I considered myself athletic when I was a kid. Not an athlete, but athletic. Tried sports, but was never strong enough. I was always too little. I was nerdy, but not confident. You know what I mean? Very low self-esteem, except when I was around my family. But when I went to the Performing Arts High School, Rochester School of Performing Arts. Rochester School of the Arts. I just bloomed, you know what I mean? And once I started getting that attention, then I just couldn't be stopped.
Yeah. That's a wonderful feeling to find your purpose so early. Like, I remember having a conversation with Smokey Robinson about Michael Jackson, and he said Michael was an old soul. Like, Mike was born to be a singer, performer. Everything that he was born like that. Didn't you feel like that too? It clicked for you, and you found your sweet space.
Yes.
And from there, you progress. You're doing theater. You're in high school. You're doing plays already.
High school, and I wasn't even thinking past high school. I just knew that I loved it, and then once I realized that I could actually make a living, then I started looking at colleges, and then once I was in college, I was like, okay, given my skill set, it would probably make more sense for me to move to New York because they have theater, so I could audition for TV, film, and theater, and stay working, and then things just started to happen.
Yo, man, and this is the thing that most people don't understand about actors, right? There's really no 1-2 punch, because some people jump from just come out of nowhere and get discovered, and some people grind it out in plays and then maybe get one opportunity to be in a real movie or something like that. But you have been in the best plays. I mean, you've done Chicago, you've done Rent. Like, those are the quintessential, oh my God. You gotta sing, you gotta be able to dance, you gotta do it's not a bullshit.
No half-stepping.
No half-stepping. How was that like for you, performing every night on Broadway, hearing the roar, getting the opportunity to really work your muscle every night?
Oh man, it's been a minute since I've had the opportunity to do that. So when we talk about it now, it just brings back great memories. One of the things that, because now that I'm somewhat established, I like to look back and figure out just for myself how did I make it?
Right.
And there was a certain ignorance in that. I knew that I was going to. So I expected to succeed. There was no question in my mind. It was just a matter, and I don't know why. That's why I feel like, someone else from the other side was assisting me, because I had way too much confidence. You know what I mean?
But sometimes it's so blind. It's like ignorant bliss, right? You don't know not to.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You just believe.
Exactly.
And that's the energy that most people don't have. You had it.
That's exactly it. I
it's
remember
beautiful.
They told us in college, senior year, move to the city, get a survival job while you audition, and then you can make some money until you start working as an actor. And I remember my first job was at Pizzeria Uno, and I was too anxious to be a waiter to work on the wait staff, so I was a host, just handed people the menus and sat in town. Because I was too anxious. You hanging
right? Thank you very much, young man, for my pizza. Yeah, my pizza menu.
And I was with two other hostesses, and we were asking each other what we did. And when I said I was an actor, they both kind of scoffed. And I said, that's cool, but I said, by the end of this year, I will either be on TV, be in a movie, or be starring on Broadway. And 6 months later, I was on Broadway. So I just and I didn't come from a cocky place. I was just letting them know,
this is what we doing.
Right.
Ain't no ceilings on this dream. Right. I love that confidence, though.
I mean, I have not been that confident since. I tell you.
You came out the box like you was on some Kobe Bryant stuff, boy. Man. But this is when I first got wind of you from an acting standpoint. When Stella got her groove back, right?
That was the big break.
Yeah, that was the break, right? And you came off so dope in this movie, right? And for a guy like me, who as a comedian, when I was happy to see a brother that looked like me. Like I was like, chocolate is in. We all right. You know what I'm saying? We could do everything. You really made me feel confident in that there were more opportunities for brothers that look like me, that represent brothers that look like us. And it was a very great role for you. How did you go about getting that role?
Ooh, that was just an audition. You know what I mean? I remember the breakdown said tall, Jamaican with dreads. So I said, let me just go in just so these casting directors know who I am. I didn't expect to get it.
Okay.
And then I got called back, and then I had a friend teach me this bootleg, Jamaican accent. I learned this
real fast, right outside of Pizzeria Uno.
Exactly.
Now listen, what I'm gonna talk. Teach me this today, please. I gotta go in tomorrow 2 o'clock.
I only knew the accent with the sides. Right? I couldn't do it outside.
You couldn't step out the sides.
But I memorized it, and then I got called for a screen test with Angela Bassett.
Absolutely.
And then I was like, okay, let me turn this on. And I remember during the screen test, they said action, and I forgot everything. I was just like looking at her because they had the lights on. And
I had all the producers.
Yeah. And Angela Bassett was like right there. And up to that point, I had acted like I knew what to do, but nothing can prepare you for.
You know how
just
fine Angela Bassett is?
Yeah,
I think that's what it was, brother. Man, Angela Bassett. You thought she was gonna be regular fine. You ain't know.
Man. And then and I just was quiet, and she took we were holding hands in the scene, and I'll never forget it. She just took my hand and started just massaging it, and I could tell she was in her head. She was saying, "It's okay, baby, it's okay."
Right.
And I just relaxed, and then it came, and then it was off to the races.
And it's over.
Yeah.
So you just got shook for a second.
Oh yes.
You missed the first foul shot. Yeah. Okay, let's breathe. Let's breathe, because that set you up as a heartthrob. Hey, I heard the chicks. You know what I'm saying? I heard the chicks talking about the new Tay Diggs cat. It was you and D'Angelo.
Let me say, oh my God, you can't even put me in the same sentence as that dude. My Lord.
I just remember the streets talking about you.
This is why I take all that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Because keep in mind, I knew that it was going to happen, just didn't know when. The day before the movie came out,
okay,
right, I went out to Nels. You remember Nels?
Oh, of course. In New York City, for those who don't know.
Yes. And I was like really feeling myself, and I didn't know the timeline of movies. So even though I knew it was coming out the next day, I just was feeling myself. So I was like,
I'm feeling good.
Yeah. I went out that night, and nobody gave me nothing. Not one bitty even looked my way.
Right.
And this is coming off shooting where everybody was very complimentary of my work, and I was a cutie on set, whatever. Angela Bassett, but I came back.
You went
to New
right
York,
back to regular,
and then the day after it came out, then everybody started saying stuff. So I was like, okay, without the movies, y'all didn't really
You gotta
know.
have it.
So it will always keep me humble, where it's like it's a part of the business, and
Right.
you know.
But
it's a
this
game.
is the thing, though, man, and that's how I believe, you know, God works in a lot of simple ways. It's like, you know, staying humble and grateful is always a good place to be. But we work so hard to feel that feeling. You know, people don't realize, like, it's very few moments as an actor where you get the opportunity to be like, like, just finally, damn, I did 300 auditions and I got the right one that make me look good. I got the right suit on. I look good. Chicks is going crazy. Like, that's it. That's the James Bond moment.
Yes, you need that, and that's an issue with me, because I'm still apologizing. You have to. No one taught me early on to really bathe in that, and that it's okay to feel it. I was taught that you're not supposed to let, you know, don't
act like that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's not what God wants. When in actuality, we are supposed to. That's the place we're supposed to live in.
Yeah, man. Because as spirit, you know, we're beings that are walking this existence, right? Some of us radiate higher than others, correct? And I believe the stars that we admire radiate on a high level.
Yes.
You know, when you go, if you hang around, like for instance, I met Brad Pitt. He's smooth. You just would Tom Cruise.
You can feel it.
They all got some thing. It's like in the air that you feel. You have that thing. You just are shy to me. Like, even when I see you at the gym, you're like, hey man, can I borrow the 35? I'm like, you take it, motherfucker. The fuck you mean asking me? He asking me like I own the gym. Do you mind if I do you? I'm like, you Tay Diggs, you get 35, 45, 55.
In spite of myself.
Right.
But
so you're a good dude, Tay.
I'm still learning.
It's amazing, man, that that you are that humble, because I've been out with you a couple times, you know, when we hung out in New York and different things, and you do have the women acting the damn fool. Like, I don't have that many friends that do this. Let me give y'all my boys. I'm going to give you my list. It's you, Morris Chestnut, Shamar Moore, and that damn Boris Kocho. When I'm around y'all, I feel like boo-boo the fool. Like, you know, it's like when you guys give off the essence of black elegance, kings, you know, you guys are, you know, heartthrob kind of guys. Like, does it bother you? Does it bother you to have that on you? Because Morris just, come on, Bill. Hey, man, I'm cool, man. No, they like you too, Bill. Like, Morris do not want to accept that he the hot chocolate drop.
He knows it, though.
He don't do it, right? He knows, because he be wearing the right turtleneck.
He knows it.
Right.
It's quiet.
It's quiet strength.
And I need some more of that to know it, but quietly. But I mean, you know, once you're, I think it has to do with how we grow up. You know what I mean? Like, I came into myself late, after I had already decided kind of who I was. Because I'm not shy when it comes to my talent. Like, you can't tell me, like, I'm nice with it. But outside of that, you know, I'm still, you know, that nerdy 12-year-old that none of the girls would look at, and I need to kind of pump myself up,
right, and get it locked in.
And look, you just look around me and be like, you know, this is proof. You know what I mean? You're
here for a reason, and it's like longevity. Longevity to me is an affirmation of sorts, right?
100%.
Because you can't exist in this game for a long time if it ain't real.
100%.
Because there's a lot of, you know, one-trick ponies. Cats come out, have one hot movie, one hot song, you know, one hot album, and gone.
Yes.
Tay Diggs, it's been every 5 years, every decade, you got something for the people. You know what I mean? I was so happy to just see you keep moving. Do you know what I mean? Because you get on a show, which most people don't know, you're on a TV show, it doesn't last forever. I mean, some people get 5 years, you might get 10, whatever. But at some point, you will go on to another thing, right? You just keep moving. You know what I mean? What do you attribute that type of success?
I consider myself blessed. I really, like, spiritually, I really do believe that there are, you know, people on the other side that are just looking out for me. I feel like, you know, my stuff was kind of predestined. You know, I believe in free will, but you know, I think it's when people kind of lock in to what they love, then they can't be stopped. You know what I mean? And it's hard in this business because this business, you know, they throw stuff at you.
Yeah.
That'll have you thinking you ain't supposed to be here, or that even though you are here, you got to act a certain way. So, you know, even in the face of that, I just, you know, keep my head down and try to keep doing what I love. And I'm still here, so. And I got lots more to do.
Absolutely. I feel like your commitment and your talent will definitely provide new opportunities for you, as it have already. But have you ever had, you know, one of those, you know, sort of pivotal moments where you weren't so sure and you had to decide to keep believing in Tay? Did you have a lull or, you know, a situation like that?
You know what? I look at the past, I learned from the past, and I remember up to a certain point, I was doing what I do, which was just me, and not listening to casting directors. I remember I signed with this manager, and I went on this one audition, and the casting director said, "I think Tay needs to take some acting classes." Told my manager that. My manager told me that, and I said, "If you doubt my talent, don't work with me.
Yeah.
If you ever doubt me again, I will leave you." Right. Period. And then, you know, and that was how it went. So once I became more established and I started looking at how Hollywood moves, I remember I saw the cover of Vanity Fair, and it was Matt Damon smiling, and I was like, "Ooh, I want that." And that was the first time I went beyond me and started wanting things that other people had. So then I started like changing agencies. I don't want to go out for the black stuff, you know, only submit me for the white stuff. And then I moved to every agency trying to chase this thing instead of just being in the moment. Projects were coming to me, you know what I mean, white and black, but I started to get ahead of myself, and I lost sight of what had gotten me that far, and my work dipped. You know what I mean? Once I got back on track, then it was cool. But I remember that moment when I kind of lost myself in Hollywood and the machine, and, you know, publicity, and, you know, all of that other stuff, as opposed to just, I know what I'm going to do. Let me stay in my lane and do it and let it come.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it's hard not to. And
it is.
For people who are listening, right, and watching this on YouTube, I think what he's explaining to you, and if you've never been in the Hollywood game, it's like they kind of pitch you against other actors, and you see, you know, other actors getting these grand opportunities, and they're positioning them a certain way. Like, what's the difference between Tay Diggs and Matt Damon? Nothing. It's just he would get this and that and done Good Will Hunting and blah, 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 and boom. So why shouldn't Tay Diggs get the same thing, right? And so you're like, I want to be seen like that, where I can do this project, that project. I don't want to just be the black heartthrob thing. And, you know, and that's happened to me too. It's like being a funny comedian, like people don't think you could do anything dramatic. They just go, oh, I mean, he's funny, he's a German guy. I mean, but can he act? I mean, can he really, like, you know, can he get down? You know what I mean? And so I know exactly how you feel, the human part of that. But at the same time, like you said, like, we fight to stay grounded, stay in our lane, stay in our sauce where we're comfortable, and we can just master that. Right. And you'll get everything you want.
Right. Faith.
Your faith and being authentic to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I've never seen you be in anything where I'm like, oh my God, he must have got a check for that. Because I remember
they're out there.
Yeah, but I remember when Cuba Gooding had just got the Oscar, and he did some dog movies with the sled and the goddamn puppies. I was like, boy, he just went and got that bag. Because it didn't match shit. I'm sorry, Cuba. I just didn't like it. No, I didn't like it for you.
Dude, I'll do it.
I mean, yeah, he's like 15 million. Yeah, 15 million. I just did Jerry Maguire. I'll take it. I'll ride with these dogs. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of shit that people don't know about the game. Like, you get hot, and they'll throw you a bunch of money, and you don't necessarily read all the way through the script. You know what I mean? He was radio. I'm like, radio?
Right.
Come on, Cooper. Sorry, I'm picking you, Cooper, but I'm just saying it was two moves you made that I wasn't necessarily proud of, but I still love you as a black man.
But he was still, making history.
Yeah.
Because there weren't black people riding around with the snow dog. You know what I mean?
Right. Nobody had snow dogs.
Exactly.
Like, he was the first brother I ever seen that had his own snow dog. You feel me? So he made me believe that brothers could have a snow dog.
Brothers could have snow dogs.
Brothers could do that. Now, I got to tell you something for the culture. We got to talk about this for the culture, the best man. Shout out to Malcolm Lee.
Yes.
Real quick. I wanted to be in Best Man so bad. I remember that script. I remember, like, oh my God, thinking like I could kill it. There was a couple roles that I liked. I liked the Terrence role. I actually liked your role as well. And I didn't get it. I didn't
came
get it.
close.
Y'all didn't want me. So, but anyway, I don't care about that. I'm over it. Shout out to Terrence Howard. No, anyway. So real quick. One of the most talked about things in movie history was two friends, a clique, and a man who slept with his man's girl. That was the thing that everybody was talking about when The Best Man came out. Could you still marry the girl that slept with your best friend? And you was the one that had all that weight. How was that affect? Like, just walking around back then when the movie came out as a success and people were talking about it. What were they saying to you? Because I know what people were saying at the barbershop.
It was always the ass whooping that I got.
You deserve that shit. I would have threw you over the balcony.
And I was still new to the game back then, I didn't get that people, even though you go to the movies and they know that it's a film. Especially our people,
we have real feelings on the street.
Yes. And it's personal.
It's personal too.
So there were a couple of times when people got a little bit loud, but it was
you ain't shit for that, Tay.
Exactly.
Thanks, Harper. Bullshit ass Harper. You like, yo, my name is Tay, bro. I was acting. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wrote that line. Okay, cool. Fuck you, Tay or Harper, whoever you want to be. Fuck you, man. You fuck my man, girl. You ain't shit for that, fam. You like,
especially in New York.
I'm
sorry, it was a character. I'm sorry.
It was a character.
I'm sorry.
And I'll just take it as a compliment. But no, I learned a lot during that stage.
Ooh, they was on your ass.
Oh yeah.
When I did Love Jones, people hated me. That was the first time in my life that people I felt there was no love for Bill Bellamy on the street.
I love
Women
that
was
movie.
walking away from me like,
dude, y'all were so great in that. Like, that was one of the movies where I wish I was in that.
You wanted to be in that,
and I thought I made really good choices, but that was one where it was there was so much class. Not that everything I did was classy too, but I don't know. It was I put that on the same level,
right?
That was one
because it's just quality. Like,
oh man,
we're coming up in the '90s, and you're looking for comedy,
no stereotypes.
No, it was quality pieces.
So the way it was shot, the music, everything, y'all just hit it. So. Oh man, you just remind me.
See, people don't realize how actors go through this. There are certain things that we all see, certain movies that or scripts that we'll read, and we'll be like, "Oh, I want to do that." Now you want to get them. Some of them you get really excited about, right? And you get close, and then some of you just go, "They thank you for coming in," and you never get a call. I hate that. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
See you next time.
So you thought that worked? Okay,
Stay cool out there.
Stay.
It's hot. You need your parking validated? Okay.
Thank you very much. Do you feel like if you look back from where you started and you look at now roles for black leads, do you think we made some progress?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, yeah. Yes, especially now. And it's kind of unfair because we're still nowhere where we need to be, but right now it seems like everybody's going overboard. You know what I mean? Right. And just throwing roles to black people, whether they deserve it or whether they're talented or not. Right. I think it's good no matter what.
Right, to see ourselves.
My mom taught me that. It's just good to let's get out there first, and then we'll fix it. But yeah, we've come a long way. Yeah, we have. We got a ways to go because I want it to come from a real place and not in reaction to people thinking they're gonna get sued, or people thinking they're gonna get, fired, or what's it called, canceled.
Cancel culture, yeah.
Yeah. I'll take it however it comes, but it's still there. But I can't deny that we've come a long way.
Yeah, and you as well. I mean, Tay, I just love some of the things that I discovered about you just during COVID. Like, just following you on social media. Like, I thought that was such a brilliant thing that you did. I don't know what the reason was, but I got to know your real personality and your quirkiness and your sense of humor. Like, I just think it was the dopest shit, bro. Like, what made you do it? It's so dope, man. You really entertaining, man.
I mean, I'm silly. I'm silly,
right?
And that's something that it's hard to be cool in the public eye when you're stupid. So I keep that on the inside. But during COVID, I was just bored, and I wanted to occupy myself. Wanted to keep my kid entertained. He taught me how to be on TikTok and whatnot, and it was just fun. And then once you see yourself, and it's just that easy. I realized that I had a creative side in me, and I had a pretty pronounced funny bone, and I just let it rip.
But you let it rip, and it's so dope. Like, I seen you running around with your dog the other day, and I'm like, yo, man, this dude is out of his goddamn mind. And the dog can't, in the wood floors, he can't make the turns. You making the turns and sliding and grabbing the wall, and the dog is sliding. He trying to catch you though. What? I mean, you do karaoke, you dance, bro. I really like that side of you. It's the it's the human in you. It's the you don't come across like nervous or shy like you do sometimes. You come off very shy, but like it just seems like you're in a fun house with your in a natural fun house for yourself.
Yeah, and it was good for me to prove to myself that I have that. You know what I mean? Okay. And then I can and to not be afraid to show that side on film. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Because as actors, you never know. We're always kind of told, watch yourself. Especially as black people, be careful. You can be a certain way, in the house, but you have the whole, you have a race on your shoulders, so don't be too silly, don't be too. And then I'm at the age where I'm just trying to be me and unapologetically. Yeah. And when you truly are,
look what
accept
happens.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
I had no idea, man.
Bro, don't stop.
I had no idea.
Don't stop
now. I can't. Can't stop. Won't stop.
How old is your son?
He's 13 now.
13.
Yeah.
So does he know his dad is the bomb diggy?
I mean, yeah. I mean, right. He's like my best friend. You know what I mean?
That is so cool.
Yeah, and he's honest. So before I post something, I'll be like, "Is this funny?" He's like, Yeah, and I'm like, okay, shoot. How about this? Yeah, that's funny. I'll use him. He's got good taste.
Right.
I'll use him.
So that's your producer,
yes,
your director.
100%.
And he got you singing, he got you dancing, he got you doing silly stuff in the car. Yeah. Bro. I really enjoyed this part of you at this time in your life.
Thank you, man.
Like you feel really comfortable in your skin. You feel so, what's the right word? Like locked in, in a good way. Locked in, like I'm cool with me. You know what I mean? You don't have to necessarily like it, but I'm good with it. I'm locked in on it.
Thank you for noticing.
That's really wonderful, man, and it's hard to do.
Yeah.
What helped you get over that hump?
Just age, I think.
Just old. Just getting older. Knees start cracking a little bit.
And not caring. That's the luxury of being older. It takes so much energy to care.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And I was married to a white girl. I cared about that. Everybody was thinking I wanted everybody to know, I'm married to a white girl, but I still love black women. Just always trying to prove, always trying to prove yourself, and it wears on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then after a certain age, I looked at myself and I was like, okay, I've proven it. I'm cool. I know who I am.
Good people.
Yeah. Let me really just be me, because I don't really care, and I've gotten this far, so let me just be this side of me, and it's cool. It's so freeing,
right?
You know what I mean? It's really, really freeing. So
in our business right now, I'm not sure when this episode will air, but you know, we have our, you know, our union strike, and we're, you know, we're in solidarity with all SAG-AFTRA, all of actors and, you know, writers are, you know, locked in together to provide provisions for the future of what this business will be. There's a lot of you know, there's a lot of things to worry about, actually. You know, technology has changed a lot of things that could actually change how we work. I remember when I was doing MTV.
That's right.
And I remember when you forgot about this, right? I've been around, man. I was on MTV, and I remember when I first heard of Napster. I remember hearing of Napster and what that proposed to the music business. 25 years later, this AI thing is making me feel like how Napster came around. People were like, what is Napster? What does that mean? What are we gonna do? Next thing I know, record stores was gone. Next thing I know, people stopped buying music. They were sharing music, and they killed the value of what it is. So now in the business where we have technology, we have the best cameras, we have all this stuff. Now we have this artificial intelligence thing that is completely groundbreaking on one aspect, but also kind of terrifying on the other. Do you have any feelings on that?
You know what? I feel like everybody has a right to be scared. For me personally, I'm making the choice to just have faith that things will right themselves. Because for me, I can't operate from a place of fear.
Right.
I'm hypersensitive. You know, I can get real anxious, and you know, as actors, I need to be in tip-top shape. I need to feel comfortable with myself. I need to feel good about myself. So we've lasted this far, and it's really simple. Some people may say I'm sticking my head in the sand, whatever. I don't really give a fuck with that. But this is what works for me. So I have faith that it will right itself. I don't know how.
Right.
But you know, I can't imagine that, you know, all actors are just going to be out of jobs.
No. I don't believe that either. I think what we will do, I think we'll come to an agreement or something that will be, hopefully it will be beneficial to us as artists and, you know, to those who are fighting against it. But, you know, there has to be a compromise either way. Yeah. And I want to continue to be an actor. You know, I don't want somebody else getting a Bill Bellamy clone. No, you know what I'm saying? Or using my voice on another on a mule. No, we just put Bill in that Disney movie. He didn't ask to be in there. He's the new mule. You know what I'm saying? So, real quick question I want to ask you, man, because I'm trying to be a heartthrob as well.
Oh,
and
come on,
is there a workout you guys do? Do you guys eat papaya? What do y'all do? Like, what does it take to be? Give me 5 things that it takes to be a heartthrob, because you know what to do. Morris Chestnut know what to do. Shamar always got his shirt on, so I think you got to have a shirt that releases. And if you go by Boris Kojo, you got to have a suit that fit. Okay. Like, and it's got to fit you. Like nobody else can put it on, and your muscles got to come through your chest, in your chest and your shoulder game. So what's the Tay Diggs? Give me something. If I had to get my Tay Diggs on, like, give me a couple tips.
Prune juice and crack cocaine.
There it is. So you're gonna doo-doo and feel good. Don't y'all do that. He's just joking. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to be up on the toilet. Up on the toilet. Hey, since I know you're a lover of hip-hop, and we always have fun on my show, this portion of Top Billin is called All Facts. I get to ask my special guest a question, and the person gets to tell me the truth, basically. Okay, you ready?
Yes, sir, I am.
You are a producer of concerts, and you have the ability to put together the dopest hip-hop show ever at the Crypto Arena. No, let's pick Madison Square Garden. Let's pick New York. You get to be in New York City. You're producing the event of 50 years of hip-hop. Who would be on that show if you could pick your artist?
How many do I have?
I'm going to give you, I got to give you 10 because 5 would be too tight.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Not in any specific
order. This is you, the producer.
Okay.
You got access to everybody. We can go future, past, present. Go.
Okay. Jay-Z.
Bam.
Kendrick. Lil Wayne.
Yes.
Eminem.
Ooh.
Snoop.
Bam.
Biggie.
We had 6. 50 years of hip hop. You got 2 left.
I got
You
2 left.
You can go another girl if you want.
I could go another girl. Kim.
Lil' Kim?
Yeah, just to mix it up.
You said, see, you got to produce it. Yeah, I'm going to mix it up. First half of the show. Go ahead. So we got Lil' Kim and we got one more.
And we got one more. There's somebody obvious that I'm just forgetting.
10 slots. Greatest show ever. 50 years of hip hop. Produced by Tay Diggs.
Ice Cube.
And the winner is Tay Diggs, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Only on Top Billin, man. Tell all your people how they can follow you, see your funny videos on socials, catch up on any project you got on, whatever. I just want people to say tapped into Tay Diggs. It's crazy.
I like that. Tapped into Tay Diggs.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal that.
Tapped in.
I'll give you royalties.
Okay, cool.
Tapped into Tay Diggs.
Look at that camera and tell them.
Be tapped into Tay Diggs. Tapped into Tay Diggs.
That's the name of your new podcast.
Okay. I'll leave that to you.
Okay.
I'll leave that to you.
So where can they follow you?
Oh, that's you.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I want people to follow you because you're funny as hell.
Terrible. Tay Diggs Insta. That's Instagram. Everything else, I don't even remember.
You don't even remember, man. I wish I had the weed he had. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, can we give it up for my guest and my friend and the crazy guy, Tay Diggs in the building.
My man. Number 1 in the nation. Now I know why.
Yeah! Let's get it. Let's go. Tay Diggs is in the building, baby.